I'm here with Todd Gordon of Forex.com. Todd, thanks for joining us.
Thanks, Tim. Nice to be here.
Well, a lot of newer traders get into trading for the first time, and they may have a few losing trades in a row, and they get very upset about this, and it affects the trades they make going forward. How do you handle that as an experienced trader when you're losing a few times in a row?
Sure. Trading is quite an interesting game in that there's no certainties. Okay, it's just like baseball players. You know, if you're hitting 300, 400 in the majors, you're doing okay. You know what? It's not that far off in trading. The best traders, I don't care what they tell you, traders, investors, foreign exchange, commodities, stocks, it doesn't matter. They're not right more than 60, 70, 80% of the time. So you need to be okay with being wrong 50% of the time. The skill set comes in that you need to minimize your risk. You need to have a plan when you get into a trade or an investment, or if you're a 2-year investor, fine. Have a plan. Don't just throw your money in the 401k, allocate to equities, and say, let's see what happens. Have a plan. You know, go to a public site and look at a chart of the S&P. Say, okay, I think the S&P should move here in the next 2 years. If it gets down to this level, I think my analysis is wrong, and I should maybe move out of that allocation and get into bonds. Have a plan. If you have a couple losing trades or investments in whatever market you're trading, maybe you need to step back and say, wait a minute, the way I'm looking at this is not quite right. So step back, preserve your capital, put it in a money market, put it in dollars, put it in cash. There's nothing wrong with cash right now. There's nothing that's saying you have to be in the market all the time. So if you're not in the right mindset with the market or the investment, step back and rethink your game plan.
When you get into a trade, are you already aware the moment you get executed where you're out in terms of profit, where the stop loss is, everything in between?
Yeah. My daily research piece that I do for clients at Forex.com, Strategy of the Day, is not really a research piece. It's my daily trade plan. It's just what I do every single day. I don't have the confidence to put on a big size position in our managed accounts unless I've written it in Strategy of the Day. Generally, and I have a rule, I can't do larger than 50% of my full allowed size unless it was written in Strategy of the Day. So I love to have a plan. I write it for all clients to read, and I'll say, this is where I'm in, this is where I'm out, and this is my first take profit, and this is the reason. Okay, that's the way I've made myself accountable to my trades, and also the way I've improved my discipline, is to commit it to paper and for thousands of people to read. And I'll tell you what, thousands of people reading your research every day, you're not going to break your rules. You're going to stay committed to it. So a newer trader or an investor, have a plan. You know, write it out. Keep a trade journal. I don't care if it's on your piece of paper or your computer. Have a journal. Write your expectations down and go back and read your expectations. See if you're right or wrong.
So for a lot of traders, missing out on the gain when they took a profit at a certain level because that's what they agreed to do is worse than almost taking a loss sometimes. Was that for you when you first started? Sure.
You hate to take profit at a predetermined point and watch the market rip higher. In fact, it happened yesterday, euro dollar. We had a huge move up in euro. It was a Friday close. It was a nice traditional pattern. Had a little trade on. It moved up to my normal take profit point. And then it went, say I made 50 points in the trade, it went another 150 higher. Am I going to go home and kick the dog because I missed 150 points? No, it was the plan. Okay, markets are going to do what markets are going to do. So, you know what? If you're in there trading your plan, containing your risk, taking profit at predetermined levels, and then managing the trade well from there, who cares what happens?
Todd, thanks for your time.
Thanks, Tim.
You're watching the MoneyShow.com video network.